Never while playing tennis. Wear metal jewelry. Otherwise, it is very likely to become a vegetative state. Adela. I was having a passionate tennis match with my sister. Unexpectedly, the attack was too heavy. Tennis ball right on the forehead. My sister slipped. A metal hatpin poked straight through the back of his head, pierced in the forehead. The only good thing is, my sister is not dead. Instead, he became a motionless cerebral palsy vegetative person. The doctor warned, never move the needle, otherwise, my sister's body will die immediately. Adela felt very guilty about this. IV tried all the methods but can't cure my sister. But he was an adventurous reporter before, traveling around the world all year round. So I thought of a folk remedy, that is the resurrection legend. Patmos, physician to the pharaohs of ancient Egypt. The other party must have a way to save my sister. Adela left as soon as she said she would. After packing up, we set off to the pyramids of Egypt. Together with his assistant, we found the entrance to the Pharaoh's tomb. Only, Adela is not the only one looking for the treasure. There are also many tomb robbers. A group of people took out the treasure maps they collected. After putting together a complete map, I discovered the key. Adela saw the mechanism of Sherman at a glance, and used sand to hold down the balance. Successfully opened the door to the Pharaoh's tomb. A large pool of unknown black liquid flowed out of the door. The tomb robbers thought everything would be fine if they opened the door. They all turned back and tried to strike first. Adela didn't panic at all. He pointed at the pool of liquid and said it was oil. If he throws a cigarette but over now, everyone will be burned here. Tomb robbers don't believe it. Thought Adela was lying to them. One of the boys touched a handful of oil. A fire breaks out instantly after being ignited. Facts speak louder than words. The tomb robbers realize that Adela is well informed. Want to find something useful. I am afraid I really have to rely on him. Sure enough, Adela led everyone deep into There are gold and silver treasures everywhere inside. When the tomb robbers saw gold, they eyes shine instantly, pounce on the cherished treasure. Adela was unmoved. The purpose of his trip is to save his sister. To him, finding the Pharaoh's mummy is more critical. Adela just walked next to Guan Chun. The tomb robber's exclamation came from beside me. The tomb robber on the left is collecting jewelry. Neck is tied with iron rope. Strangled alive. Those jewelry seem to be conscious. Are resisting these greedy thieves. The tomb robber on the right is jumping on the gold coins. Haven't reacted yet. Just fell into a trap. At this time, another group of people came to the tomb. He's a local snake who had a problem with Adela. Police knew Adela was trying to resurrect the mummy. He first scoffed at the reporter's wishful thinking. Let's do some sabotage to get revenge on him. The police ordered people to escort Adela away. Shot on the spot for destroying cultural relics. Police showed kindness before being sentenced. Gave Adela a chance to make demands. Adela calmly asked for a cigarette. And borrowed fire from the police. But these are all deceptions. Just got the lighter. Adela pushed the police aside and ran outside. He even ignited the oil in the underground tomb. Pharaoh seems to have foreseen. Your body will be exhumed by future generations. Therefore, this tomb is full of deadly mechanisms. The flames burn brightly. Adela has done research on mummies before. I know the exit may be under the coffin, plus the trap just now. It also made him guess that there might be a cave underground under the tomb. So he nimbly got into the mummy's coffin. The most dangerous place is the safest place. As the owner of the tomb, it is safer inside the coffin. Follow the mechanism all the way down. Adela jolted and fell into the flowing underground. The river drifted all the way to the outside world. Successfully escaped death. Not only did he successfully obtain the doctor's body, also killed a group of tomb robbers. Adela places the mummy in the museum's collection room. Everything is ready now. I only owe East wine. He urgently needs to find one expert who can resurrect mummies. That is Joseph, the ancient Egyptian researcher. Joseph is a weird little old man. He firmly believed that there would be a soul after death. I have been studying in this direction. Joseph was able to rely on his thoughts. Let objects around you rotate and float. If anyone else can see this scene, must think he has superpowers. At this time, Joseph was trying to hatch a fossil, the pterosaur egg originally placed in Paris. Catalyzed by Joseph's ideas. There are actually faint traces of broken shells. The pterosaur then slept for 130 million years. He broke the glass cabinet with his mouth. Flew out from a fossilized dinosaur egg. According to normal logic, this is simply impossible, but the Egyptian secrets used by Joseph are so amazing. He can actually come back from the dead. It is just that Joseph's consciousness and body passed through the occult. It is also completely connected to the pterosaurs. It is a side effect of resurrection. The pterosaur was restless after its rebirth. Rush straight out of the roof. Fly out of the museum. Waving wings and running towards the crowded city center. I happen to pass by the proud police chief. The chief is flirting with the dancer in the car. Unexpectedly, the car was overturned by a pterosaur. Plop fell into the water. This is really a disaster. He angrily asked his men to hunt down the pterosaurs. The police searched the whole city. A resurrected pterosaur attracted widespread attention from local residents. Wanton destruction of buildings and slaughter humans. Joseph finally controlled the pterosaur with his consciousness. Let him fly back to the museum. It happened that the police came nearby and asked. Joseph quickly moved the pterosaur, hiding behind the door, pretending to be calm and answering questions. Indicates that everything is normal here. Unexpectedly, the police deliberately made things difficult. You must eat eggs in the museum. Now I've offended the pterosaur. Instinctively I want to protect the egg. Rushing out of the door and yelling at the police. The police were scared to death. The stolen goods were stolen on the spot and Joseph was arrested. Adara just wanted to find an expert to resurrect the mummy. I learned the bad news. Had to find a way to rescue Joseph from prison. He disguised himself as a lawyer and took the opportunity to visit the prison. It was not easy for the two to meet each other before they knew each other. Joseph was just practicing with dinosaur eggs. I didn't expect the Egyptian secrets to be really successful. Since pterosaurs can be resurrected. That mummy is younger than the pterosaur. It will definitely succeed. Adela wants to say more, but unfortunately, he was recognized by the police. Adela, who failed in her disguise, was kicked out of prison. But Adela doesn't intend to give up. He continues to pretend to be a doctor, nurse, holy father, etc., trying to find another chance to rescue Joseph. It's a pity that they all failed. Prison got orders after first time. Be strictly wary of outsiders coming in. Joseph's resurrected pterosaur kills 3 people. It's very bad behavior. The prosecutor's office decided to chop off Joseph's head and execute it in public. The police also invited professional dragon hunters. Use sharp bows and guns to kill pterosaurs. Adela was very anxious when he learned about it. Using his identity as a reporter again to find the president. Ask for pardon. The two met not long ago. The encircled pterosaurs swooped down from the sky. Adela quickly grabbed the president and fell back. This time it really makes sense and I can't explain it. Pterosaurs dare to attack humans in broad daylight. The threat is so great. It can be seen that Joseph is a mad scientist. Not responsible at all. The president escaped. The guards who came after the disaster thought Adela was going to assassinate the president. Without saying a word. Control Adela as a terrorist. Married her out of the presidential palace again. Adela is very disappointed. Back home, watching my sister turn into a vegetative state, I am helpless. She feels very guilty for her behavior. I have been looking for a solution for so many years. Fortunately, the museum owner where Adela once worked, found the pterosaur flying back again. Adela immediately thought of how to use pterosaurs to rescue Joseph. He approached the pterosaur cautiously. Caress its back. Send out your own friendly signals. Then Adela took the opportunity to turn over and ride on the dragon's back. Under the struggle of pterosaurs, 1 person and 1 dragon flew into the sky. They travel across town. Arriving near the guillotine, Joseph was tied up by the police, beheaded in front of all residents. Adela fell from the sky, grabbing Joseph's clothes and taking him out of the execution ground. The police were angry. Order everyone to be on guard. But the pterosaur was huge. Ordinary humans are no match at all. Joseph finally escaped death. Thank you so much, Adela. Without further ado, now is the best time to activate the secret technique. Unexpectedly, at this moment, dragon hunters hired by the police approached quietly, hiding under the obstacle and aiming at the pterosaur. A gunshot suddenly broke the conversation between the two. The pterosaur was shot and screamed. Lie down on the ground. Joseph, who shared life with the pterosaur, spit out a mouthful of blood. Obviously badly injured. Adela quickly took the person home. While Joseph is still breathing, quickly cast the secret technique. Objects around began to float in the air. The hands of the stopwatch are also spinning wildly. This time the secret technique is on a larger scale. Almost consumed Joseph's life. The pterosaur next to him screamed one last time before dying. Joseph gradually lost his breath, but my sister didn't wake up at all. Traces Adela thought the secret technique failed. In the end, all my work was in vain. Extremely frustrated. Who knows the mummy in the glass cabinet next to it? Suddenly sneezed. Break the glass and come alive. Adela looked at the mummy in surprise. He looked around curiously. Finally came to my sister. Adara asked about the mummy. Is there any way to treat my sister? The mummy has a slumped face. Helpless to say. He is actually a nuclear physicist working with the Pharaoh. Not a doctor. But he also proposed another way. Joseph's secretary just now was not only resurrected. He also has all the dead people within 2 kilometers of the museum. Maybe you can find a reliable doctor. Adara immediately pushed his sister's wheelchair. Came to the museum. Sure enough, not only the doctor was resurrected. Even the pharaohs died after thousands of years. Success came out of the coffin, after the doctor approached his sister. Without saying a word, I pulled out the needle cap first. This scared Adela half to death. Previous human doctors warned, the needle cap moves. My sister's brain tissue will be destroyed. He will die on the spot. The doctor told Adela not to get excited. This is a necessary process. It was possible in ancient Egypt. It's not even a problem to save my sister. The doctor, like Joseph, begins to unleash his secret powers. A magical scene appeared. My sister miraculously woke up. Adela hugged her resurrected sister excitedly. In fact, I knew I could be resurrected earlier. Everyone, Joseph should have taken off the needle cap before he died. My sister can recover soon too. 5 years of obsession finally completed. Adara, after living a peaceful life with my sister, decided to travel again, fulfilling his dream of being a journalist. Adela packed her bags, carrying his own wooden box, slowly walked towards a cruise ship on the shore. He was not conscious yet, to the name of this cruise ship. It was the Titanic that would become famous in the future. This reporter will be best known for, spend his adventurous life,